Hi, everyone. So, we are here with Usha Uthup this morning. And this is, as you all know, part of Ink Her program that we have, where we are featuring 49 women in a book. And each of these interviews is going to be in that book. Now, why 49? Because 49.6% of the world is women. So we said that's why we'll do 49. We'll keep doing it till it becomes 50%. It will be 49. So we are featuring 49 amazing women, and Usha is one of them. And I'm not going to give a long bio because you'll find out everything what you need to know through our conversation. So
Let me start by saying my usual greeting to all of you. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Namaskar. Namaskaram. Sat Sri Akal. Salam Alaikum. Absolutely brilliant to be with you one more time,
yes,
Lakshmi, because for me, just being with you makes me feel so amazingly nostalgic about all the things we've gone through for
yes,
so many years.
yeah,
And well, even if you count and say it's 22 years, I feel I've known you forever.
yes,
And I think that'll come across as I'm talking to everybody in the audience, whoever's watching us today.
yes,
But
yeah.
most importantly, before anything else, before saying my thank yous to all of them, I'd like to say, first of all, do you like my sari?
Yes, of course.
And I got everything matched as well as I could, except for this poor little cardigan. So sad. No, anybody?
So I think,
But hey, the point is to be comfortable,
yes, yeah,
and it's really brrr in Delhi today,
yes,
and it's going to be the warmth that both of us can produce
yes,
that will keep us really warm. Yeah.
yes. And nobody notices the cardigan, they only notice your colorful face.
Oh
Anyway.
my.
So, yeah, there you go. And the rings
Yeah.
and the,
And
that's
the this and
bindi.
this.
Nose
Did you
ring.
get that? Yeah,
Yes,
my
yeah.
husband. Everybody be asking me. So many people have been asking me, how do you, do you order these? Of course, I order it.
Yeah.
And otherwise, who's going to fit my nose? I have quite a funny nose actually. But it's called a deviated septum.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so to fit
That's
that,
the only deviation you have in
yes,
life is pretty
absolutely.
good.
Only. I'm a very straight person, and I
Yeah.
sometimes wonder, what it would be like really to be something different. And when people ask me, I remember one of your first questions, one of your first interviews with me
Yeah.
in on Ink Talks was when you asked me if I weren't a singer,
Yeah.
what would I like to be, or what do you think I would have been? And I always say, if that had happened, or if that could happen, I probably would just be Usha again, or become a teacher.
Teacher. Okay.
Mm.
You are a teacher now in a different way. I think a lot of people learn a lot from you.
Oh yes,
Indirectly.
definitely. And I
What
think
would you like to teach? What subject would you like to teach?
actually, for me, that's a lovely question. What would I
Yeah.
like to teach? I think what I really would want to share with people, not teach so much as share with people, is the fact that everybody is talking about woman power and woman shakti and nari shakti and everything. I keep saying, look, we are shakti, and an overdose of shakti can only destroy,
Yeah.
as we all know.
Yeah.
So I feel that sometimes I think the women we are the ones who really make all the problems for everybody. Yeah, and it's so sad because I mean I say this with complete conviction. I truly, Lakshmi, I think I'm an old soul. I've lived, I think, many janams before as well, because what kids go through when they're 22 or 21, or if they're married at that time, like I was, I think, we create all our problems ourselves. Well, at least I did. I'm very possessive. My God, ready to fight all the time. Ready, no, well, not fight really. Ready to cry about everything. And in my marriage, it was the same thing.
Yeah.
So, what would I like to teach?
Yeah.
I never give messages to people.
Yeah.
Never. I always hope and pray that through my song,
Yeah.
they will, I like an audience which will have absolutely an open mind,
Yeah.
especially when they're with me, because I never learned to note music, so I can't teach music, aise gana, waise gana. I can't do all that. What I actually like to do is sing my songs
Yeah.
and hope that my audience will glean the message
Yes.
from
Yeah.
the song.
No, and also I think people glean messages from how you live, what you do, how you never stopped. I mean, you started in the 60s and
Yeah.
you kept evolving. You never stayed still,
No.
you know, from jazz to something else to something else to Skyfall in a sari to whatever. You keep evolving because I think, you know, they say, right, kids don't do what you say, they do what they see you do.
Absolutely.
So it's sort of, you don't need to give a message. People
Will take it.
watch
Yes.
what you're
And
doing.
I think they will take the message from what you
Yeah,
are conveying to them
correct.
through your song, as far as I'm concerned, through my song.
Yeah,
So I would like to teach
yeah,
people to come with an open mind, you know.
right. Yeah,
Open your mind up. Kshitij jo hai, the
yeah,
horizon should become really vast.
correct.
And I think if you free your mind and
Mhm,
you don't have preconceived ideas about things,
mhm.
I think things work out beautifully for you.
You know, I mean, one of the things you said to follow up is the women's empowerment, or how women have to help themselves,
Yes,
and how, you know, we each sometimes fight and, you know, may make mistakes, etc. One of the things I do want to then talk a little bit about is how do we speak up ourselves, because one of the things is you can't wait for someone else to come do something for you. You
no,
have to do things yourself.
yourself.
And when things are not going your way, how do you reinvent yourself? So, from that point of view, I want to talk about two different things with you. One is, you know, when you started singing, you have a very different voice than most women voices that are accepted. So it was not easy to be accepted, but you never cared about it. You know, you found your voice, you did it anyway. So where does that kind of um, I don't know,
Learning.
strength come from? Well, everybody else is, you know, praising someone else and some other way of thinking. And like, for example, when I was growing up, people would say, you're walking like a boy, you know, like you're not
Yes.
sitting like a girl. And so you have to, at some
Free
point, say, I
flexibility,
don't
yeah.
care. But for you, what was it that gave you the strength? No matter what, everybody said, I'm going to keep singing.
Yes. You know, the thing, Lakshmi, that, and for all of you, I would love to say that, you know, the funny thing is that uh, we in India, we have a preconceived idea about what is good and what is bad.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Now, the preconceived idea actually comes from, you know, the Indian film or from Bollywood.
Right.
Yeah, that all girls who are pure and, you know, who are very chaste and very proper and very good. Good is the word.
Good is the word. Yes. Yeah.
With
Yeah.
a capital G. Yeah.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
if you're very pure and if you're very good and you behave well, and you know, I think that's what is the preconceived idea, is that then if you are that, then you must have a voice like Lataji Mangeshkar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Her
Which,
adjective was like so gentle and so pure, and no matter what you're going through, you've been able to. Come on.
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, so all the bad girls
Yeah.
got my voice.
Yeah.
While all the good girls like Meena Kumari, Madhubala, Vaijayanti Mala, Hema Malini, you name them, everybody had Lataji Mangeshkar's voice, right?
Yeah.
And all the bad girls had Usha Uthup.
Yeah.
I mean, much later,
Yeah.
because they are very senior to me.
Yeah.
But when I started singing, they felt that my, not only when I, even now today, when I rang up the phone at Habitat Center to ask for my coffee, they said, yes, sir.
I get it all the time.
You do?
All the time.
Ah,
I call somebody, yes, sir.
my
And I'm just
soulmate.
like, yes.
So it's always yes, sir.
Yeah.
And before I used to clarify, and I used to say, hey, it's me, I'm Usha, and I made no difference. Yes, sir. What's your order, sir? So I realized that I'm,
Yeah.
you know, this is the difference.
Right.
So it's not a question of how good a singer you are or how bad a singer you are. It's how original a singer you are.
Mhm.
And I'm 100% original. I never
Right.
copied anybody in my life.
Yeah.
I don't know how to copy really.
Mhm.
And so when I started singing, it was, if we're talking about Bollywood, then it's always that the bad girl got my voice.
Yeah.
And so I'm the original item girl, and I'm so happy about that. Yeah, that item girl so well covered, and
Yeah.
what kind of item girl is this?
Yeah.
When everybody else is trying to show their cleavage, of which of course I have none, but
You don't bother.
it never mattered to me.
Yeah,
And
right.
there I was singing in a nightclub wearing a sari, and everybody thought, what is this Amma going to do?
Yeah.
And I came up at a time when everybody had this preconceived idea
Yeah.
that girls have to sound like this, boys have to sound like girls must be doing this, and boys don't do that. And a whole set of
Yeah.
preconceived ideas. And then I came onto the picture, and it was, I'm talking about 68, 69, when anyone who sang in a nightclub was termed bad.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
First of all, you're not even allowed to look at a nightclub.
Or to go, yes,
Simply-
exactly. No,
Yeah.
good girls don't do that.
Correct.
So it was second nature for me to just sing. And also the fact that I've already told you about my middle class cardigan. I mean, my whole upbringing was that, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful for that.
Yeah.
I'm so
So
grateful.
actually, I want to pause a minute about that and say, tell me a little bit about your parents, because I think it was not just you. You were Sammy's sisters. All of you
Yeah.
sang, and you sang in a sari in a club, and you came from a very middle class family. It's not like you're super rich that didn't care about.
I'm still not super rich.
Yeah. So like, tell me a little bit about what is it that your mother and father did that made you the independent person that you are?
Actually, my father was in the police, and we got some crazy amount, like 2 rupees for pocket money.
Yeah.
And it was really rubbish. I mean, not rubbish. In those days, it was quite something.
Yeah.
And if I ever wanted, to buy pale or to buy chips, I'm a junk eater, by the way.
Yeah.
And I don't
Yeah.
like anything that's healthy. I'm always
Yeah.
looking for things which are on the road.
Street food. I
Yeah.
love street
Yeah.
food.
So
Yeah.
it's so strange. So even if I wanted, say, 4 annas in those days,
Yeah.
but we'll have to explain to your yo bro audience. Okay.
Yeah.
My grandson, he's so funny.
Yeah.
He tells me, Umuka, please don't disgrace me by saying ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Please will you say yo bro. So here I am saying yo bro to all of you and telling you that you will have to understand what was 4 annas.
Yeah.
In those
25
days.
paise, 24
25 paise.
paise, 24
1
paise.
rupee. Can you imagine 1 rupee?
Yeah.
Y'all don't even look at it as money these days.
Correct. Yeah.
So to get that 4 annas, my father would never give me anything free.
Mhm.
He said, you iron my shirt, or you polish the stars, or you polish my shoes, and I'll give you the money. Now that has remained with me forever. I should thank Appa and Amma forever for giving me those values. Because I think we come from a background which we had very little, but we were so happy.
Happy. Yes. Yeah.
So happy. We had 2 pairs of shoes,
Yeah.
one black, one white. And we used to call them tennis shoes. Now, of course, you call them Keds and sneakers and whatever. And the white shoes, we had to polish it. And there used to be a thing called Blanco. You had to
Yes. Yeah.
put some water in it and,
Yeah.
corchify it and then put it on your shoes. But we were happy.
Yeah.
We were happy. But of course, my children say that that was then and this is now. Amma, so don't open your history book.
Yeah.
But unless I open my history book, the kids who are watching us today, how do I get relevant to be with all of you? Is to be able to explain to you that this is how it was. And I'm not saying that you all have to be, of course, that was then, this is now. Now you are exposed to 50 or 75 or 1,000 brands. So you can choose from anything you want. And now, of course, it's online, everything you can buy. So it's not just 2 pairs of shoes.
Yeah.
There are so many brands and so many this and so many that. And you can still be happy. But the point is you need to afford it. But I couldn't afford it. And I was very happy because my father taught me that you get nothing for free.
So now that's what you learned from your parent. In what way did you use that for your children? Was your parenting influenced by your parents?
Oh, 100%. 100%. I still believe that, those sterling values which
Yeah.
my parents gave me, which Appa gave me, still another thing which my Appa told me was never ever compare yourself with anyone else. Because that only then you can be really happy if you compare yourself only to yourself. I started singing for 750 rupees. 750 rupees 57 years ago. And I was the highest paid singer. It wasn't for one show, it was for the whole month of standing in the nightclub and singing. Then I got 1,500, and whoa, that was something
Double.
Yeah, I was the highest paid nightclub singer you could find. And I was very, very happy. Very happy. So if today I have to compare myself with somebody else, it's going to be really tough. I could be really frustrated because today's singers and entertainers are talking only in multiples of lakhs, lakhs and crores. So I keep saying it in my shows, that uh, I say that as a joke, of course. And you can wear anything you want and you'll be still happy and it's fine. But I always say, इतने कम कपड़े के लिए इतना सारा पैसा इतने साड़ी पहन के कुछ भी नहीं मिलता है.
Yeah.
But I've got your love, I've got your support, I've got your ashirvadam.
Yeah.
And I've learned to compare myself now. If I were to charge 15 lakhs for a show and compare it with any other singer today, they're talking about crores,
Yeah.
85 lakhs going into crores and crores and crores. I'll be miserable. I'll say, what? I've been singing for 50 something, blah, 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 and cry and make myself miserable. But if I say, hey, I used to get 1,500 and today I'm getting this.
Yeah.
What more do I want? I'm so, so happy with whatever God has given me, really, because I wouldn't get opportunities like this to share this with all of you.
Yeah.
So when I come to Delhi or wherever I go for any shows, people send me BMW and Mercedes Benz.
You said no, send me Innova.
I just want Innova because that's the only thing that's so comfortable. If I could get into a good ambassador car, I'd still be happy with that. But how do I feel so happy coming into a home like this?
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. You look at it. There's no what should I say? There's no irsha. There's no
jealousy. It's
no envy.
right.
I'm so happy to know that somebody can have something like this. It doesn't matter that I couldn't have anything.
In fact, I would go one step further and say that if you have access to things, if you can share it, it's so much better than owning it.
Oh, yes. And I tell you something, if you ever, I do hope that some of you are watching this, live stream. And if, if you come to my home, I promise you, it's a lovely home. It's got warmth, it's got ashirvadam, it's got always food on the table, it's got rasam, it's got everything, rasam, sambar, dosa.
Lots of
whatever
people
you
who
want.
are out of the house also.
And it's a lovely home. But in my room, I live in, if I'm sitting here, the TV is in front of me, there's a shelf over here, which has got my homeopathic medicines, which has got my pen, my paper, my stationery, everything. And on this side is a little table where I keep my bag. I'm very happy in that. How much space do you need?
Yeah.
How many beds can you sleep on every day? It's just one bed you can sleep on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just one ceiling that you're looking at all the time.
Yeah.
Wherever. And so make yourself happy.
Yeah.
I mean, don't feel bad.
Usha, one other thing I always say is about how your life can make or break depending on who you choose to marry.
Oh.
And you were married to Johnny for many. How old were you when you got married?
24.
24. Okay.
Crazy.
And, he passed away.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
And when people ask me, what do you miss most about Johnny? Now, Johnny is a whole, and it's, by the way, it's not Johnny changed to Johnny, like where she comes from. In California, everything is like Johnny, and
Yeah.
no, it's actually Jani.
That's his name.
Yeah, that's his name. And what can I tell you about Johnny? When they say,
But you
what
should
is,
tell a little bit about the first time. You have such a
yeah,
funny thing about the first
so
time.
many things that were,
Yeah.
well, like any other normal girl, like all of you young people, who, I'm a die-hard romantic, okay? And I just thought that Johnny would be romantic also. And from that, you know that he wasn't. He was there on my first show, the premiere show in Trinkas, 1969. And after the show was over, he came up to me and said, Usha, you were super tonight. Oh my God. I said, what? It's so good. Like, he said, just fantastic. And I said, thank you so much. Would you like me to sing something? You know me, I'm so. And he said, I'd like you to sing Matilda for me. So I learned up Matilda and he hadn't come the next week. He didn't come. And I was so sad. Then I sang a song called Sunny. And I said, there's a line which says, Sunny, one so true, I love you. And he walked through the door just at the time when I was singing Sunny. So in between, I said, Johnny, one so true, I love you. And I thought I'd done something so great, taking his name and being so effusive and so thrilled. After the show was over, I asked him, I said, did you like the way I put your name in the song? He said, I don't particularly relish my name being spoken in public. Oh, wow. But that was something else. Okay. So I learned early in life that, people are different and your reactions could be different. And I was quite shocked that he could be like that. But that was him. And this is me. And,
He didn't try to change you.
no, he never tried to change me. He gave me wings that made me fly. And whoever I am today, besides, of course, my regular family and my audiences, without him, it would have been impossible. When the whole world is saying, oh, great, Usha, you're fantastic. Itne acha hua show aapka, ye wo. And you go back home to reality. I'm taking off my parandi or taking off my bangles. You say, get the food ready on the table. So, that kept you really grounded. There were some amazing things about Johnny. So, when people ask me, so what is it that you miss most about him? I always say his silence. And I've realized now how much I miss that silence. Just being companions. I mean, I'm not saying if you have sex and if you have a great life in bed, I think that's the most amazing thing. That I always say that while people say marriages are made in heaven, I say marriages are made in bed. Really. And if you have, I think that's why our parents were so happy. They had 5 and 6 and 8 children. So your mother was always pregnant all the time. No time to fight. Yeah.
Yes.
And now, so much time to fight, so little time to love. That's why I say, darling, आंखों से आंखें चार करने दो, रुको ना, मुझको प्यार करने दो. Really, it's true. And I feel that, the silence that we shared, we really had, I won't say it was a democratic home because the remote was always in his hand. He was watching BBC or CNN, or it was news and tennis or cricket and tennis and football and cricket. And it went on like this. And I was very happy just sitting. I learned so many things by watching the game with him. And I was always happy to do that. But when I would tell him, John, what's happened to us? We don't talk. I'm sure all of you agree. All of us are going through it here. Why don't we even talk, John? You never say I love you. You don't say, we don't even talk anymore. He put the newspaper down and say, okay, talk. So I know all of you are clapping. So I learned that, we make the problem. We know the blueprint. We know the blueprint of a fight. We know that if we do this, this is what they're going to say. And if we do that, that is what they're going to say. Because men are from Mars and we're from Venus. Yeah, it's as simple as that. But it's not so easy. One thing I'd like to share with all the people who are watching this stream is that if you ever do this, you'll remember me. I think it was the sixth night or something like that after we got married, and he didn't say "I love you" or some rubbish like that. And uh, I don't know why we need all the time, for people to react the way we want them to react. No, that's not necessary. So he didn't say something, and I said, "Oh, you don't even care about me anymore," blah blah blah. And so I'm going, and I opened the bedroom door, and I walked out, and every 5 minutes I kept looking back to see he was coming, he was not coming at all. So then I walked out of the house, and then I walked. It was called Auckland Square, where I was living in Calcutta. And I walked down the stairs, and I kept on looking back. He wasn't coming. I did 3 rounds of Auckland Square. He wasn't coming behind me to follow me. I went back to the house quietly and just lay down with him. And he was just normal. Yeah. He was just happy. Why do we bring all this bullshit on our head? Yeah. Why do we expect all these things? Ladies, girls, don't do it. Because this is the world we are in. And without men, we can't do anything. But hey, without us, they are zero. So in that strength that we have, we must learn to fight, because every woman's issue is a man's issue. And we are truly empowered. I don't know why we are fighting for something which we already are. Woman is Shakti. So let's get that straight. It's never going to change. As long as there are men and as long as there are women, thank God for the difference. Yes. Let's walk hand in hand and try to solve our problems like that instead of fighting, sloganeering, running on the streets, lighting up candles. What is it doing?
You know what? I mean, I feel little, Usha, that I think everybody expresses what they feel in their own way, whatever gives
Sure.
them. I think there is the freedom to do whatever you want. And I think the essence of what you're saying is right in terms of let's look at ourselves before we ask something of
Correct.
the other person.
Absolutely.
Because one of the things I always feel is that a lot of us, and especially women, we pull ourselves back even before somebody
Exactly.
pushes us.
Why are we doing that?
So even like even in a work setting, someone told me once that if there's a job opening and suppose there are 6 things one needs to be qualifications, and the woman has 5 out of the 6, she doesn't have one. She'll apologize for the one thing she doesn't have. Whereas a man, suppose if he has 1 out of 6, he will tell you that's the only thing you
That's
need.
the
You
only
don't
thing
need
you
the
need.
other 5
Forget
things.
about the rest.
So I think there is it's true that as women, we need to learn to say what I am is good,
Yes.
and that
believe in
confidence itself
yourself.
is
Believe.
great.
And for me, I made my limitation and my weakness my strength. So that's why today people give me jobs to sing, because they know that there is nobody else who's doing. करता है खेलता है झूलता उछलता है दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया. And believe me, I really love that jingle. I really do. I love the work that I'm doing, and I love the fact that you know Amul Doodh Pita Hai India, or the fact that it's so different. Yeah. Even I, when I'm sitting alone in that little space of mine, and there is some program going on, and this comes on straight away, I'm ready to move because the music has been done so beautifully, and there are some things I feel you just have to believe in yourself. Yeah. Every day we get up, we see, I look at myself in the mirror and I say, God, is this really me? And for me, I really thank God and my audiences for accepting me the way I am. But is that a word to use? Allowing me to be the who I am? Is that a
Or
good
accepting.
or accepting?
Yeah.
And I think that is so important.
Yes, yeah.
Because I mean, don't worry about what all the time. If you're worried how you're going to look before Botox or do after Botox, and some of them who do Botox, I mean, if you
Yeah.
think you want to do it, do it. No, but me, I'm just I'm just happy with the fact that all of you are still wanting to be with me. And that's the only way to be relevant, I
And,
think.
and I do want to say, I mean, you can't quite see it. I wanted to talk about your shoes. One of the things about our interaction, Usha, over the years has been that, you've introduced a lot of your new things, I
Yes.
think. I remember you doing Kanjivaram
But
shoes.
most importantly, let me tell you that I say it in public all the time, but many people probably delete it from their reads or whatever. But I always say the thank you to Ink Talks for giving me Skyfall in a sari, because now it's become as if the name of the song is Skyfall in a sari. And everybody loves that song so much. And thank you so much for all the millions of hits that I got. Now, the Kanjivaram shoes. Yeah. Whatever I am in, I think one has to be comfortable in your space. So people ask me, what's your fashion statement mean? And then I say, well, for me, fashion is comfort, constancy, and consistency. Not just what somebody else is wearing, because it just may not suit you. Right. And even if it suited me, my people won't allow it. When I'm going through the security, the girl will look at me at a 4 o'clock in the morning flight and say, "आपने बिंदी नहीं पहनी आज?" Yeah, I have to zip up, go the other side, security, get the bindi and wear the bindi, and then they're happy. So, I've made, and I'm caught in my own web actually. Yeah. So I dress only for comfort. And I dress up because, I mean, I wear my clothes, wear everything. Now, what happens is I won't say when you grow old, because I think that people are using that word so in such a not nice way. And I'm always ready to fight that, because for me, I've just started living today, just now at this time, because yesterday's song is today's retro, right? Yeah. So retro is where it's at, and I think we all belong to retro. And there are so many instances that I can really give you where, it's so sad that people attach age to everything. Yeah. 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 One is age, one is politics, yeah, one is religion. Yeah. And all three I'm against. Mm-hmm. But not tell us about your Kanjivaram. I'm telling you about. Yeah. So when I've wanted to walk, and say 30 years out of my 57 years of singing, I wore stiletto heels. Can you imagine? Wow, stiletto heels, 2 inches. And I always felt I walked so much better with heels. And great to all the ladies who want to wear heels, just wear it. But remember, don't put it on for too long. Because I used to sing for 3 hours, wearing heels, and then rehearsal and this and that. It took a toll on my knees, and I started walking more with sneakers, and with kids. And so my daughter Anjali told me, Amma, if you can wear sneakers in the morning to walk, why don't you wear it with your for the shoes? I mean, for the shows. So I said, okay, and I started wearing sneakers with my sari. And then I said, oh, it's so boring. I had only white and black Reebok, whole circle, like school. Then I said, why don't I make it match my clothes? And so I cut the borders of a sari, and I stuck the on top of the sneakers, and made it look really, really snazzy, and as your generation would say, so swag. Yeah. Swag? Yeah. And so cool. Well, it's never cool. Cool. Yeah, you got to CWOOL. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Like that. So I put that, and then everybody started calling it Kanjivaram sneakers. And after Ink, it really blew up to such an extent I can't even begin to tell you. Everybody now. So if you're watching this, I want you all to know that if you ever see ladies in a sari at the airport wearing sneakers, you know where it started. Yes. With Ink and with me. Don't ever. Let me just show you my shoe. She'll really love it. Yes. Let me just pick it up. There you go. There's the Reebok. Can you get that? Yes. Yay. Can you get a nice close up of that? Yes. Okay. Good. Because this is just just a Reebok shoe. And I just, so you know from the shoe what I was wearing last night, I was wearing black and gold. So I have some very nice matching Kanjivaram things which I wear. And it's very exciting because then you're comfortable and you don't have to worry about it. Now it's become a big fashion statement.
Because I remember you brought like two suitcases full of Kanjivaram shoes,
Yeah.
and we put them there. And by the time the talk was over,
Over.
and we went, all the shoes,
You remember
people bought all the people
But
just
not
were
only
like
that, she was so good and she was so kind. She allowed me to bring the cobblers,
cobblers. Yes, we
the
brought.
mochi to come over there and make it on the stage while we talk. I
Yes.
mean, I wish you could show these things.
Yeah.
I think you do.
Yeah, we'll put them in the video.
You must.
Yeah.
That's really sad, but
Right.
you've forgotten about all that. And
No, it's still there on our website. It still gets hits. People are still watching it.
and I want you all to know that I took this to the President of India.
Yeah.
I made a project and I said that, everybody's got cooperatives for this and, that and shops and everybody. Why don't we get something to be done for the mochis, for the cobblers? Nobody's done anything. So I said, like I sang that day at Ink Talk, cobbler, cobbler, mend my shoe, make it ready, 2:30, that one. And then I've got these boots are made for walking. That's what they're gonna do. One of these days, their boots are gonna walk all over you. Yeah. So I took this project, we made it a nice presentation, and I went to see the President of India, of course, Mr. COVID. And it was so amazing that he's Dalit too.
Yeah.
So I thought it would be really nice. And he did say that we would do something for the cobblers. And the cobblers that I go to literally are in a hole in the wall, Mishri and Sunil, they're both Biharis. And there's no place over here, just the bar, yeah, that area. That's where they work out from. And it's just amazing how they work. But they're very happy.
Craftsmen.
Yeah, completely. And I want so badly that something should happen. Can I tell you a small thing?
Yeah.
When you go to see the president, you get this whole feeling of, or anything that's, Rashtrapati Bhavan, Raj Bhavan. And I'm a great patriot, really. I am. Patriotism just runs in our blood. And I'm sure it does in yours as well. I was so excited to go and see him, though I'd been there to see APJ Abdul Kalam as well. And but seeing this with the project, and before you go to see the president, uh, you're told how to behave. They say that when you go in, you wait till he tells you to sit down. And you wait to say, if he puts his hand forward, then you put your hand forward and shake hands. Otherwise, you say namaste and you sit down. Then, if he offers you tea, then you can say yes or no, preferably no. No, I'm just making that up. Okay. But just you have to maintain protocol and yes, sir, or no, sir, whatever you want to say, and give your thing. And when he feels that the conversation is terminated, you'll feel it yourself. So
You'll know it.
You'll know. So I said, okay. He said, then you get up and you say, bye bye, thank you, not bye bye. You say, dhanyavad, shukriya, whatever, and then go out. Okay. I followed everything, went over there, waited, and he did namaste, and I did that. And he said, he knew me. I didn't know how to react to that. The script wasn't there. I was so excited. I died to say, thank you so much. But I didn't. I behaved. I said, thank you so much. He said, aapke gaane hum bahut sune hain. And even the president now, Murmu's madam, she said that there is no puja that happens without my song, Nakabandi, that goes on, yeah. And so this is what the president said, that he loved my music and he'd been following it. And I was so excited, but I had to keep myself behaving well. And I presented this thing to him and he loved the project. And the first thing, of course, in the project was that I presented it at Ink Talks and he was very thrilled with the whole thing. And then he said, "हाँ हम जरूर करेंगे कुछ." So I knew that the conversation was terminated. So I got up And I said, thank you very much. And I said, Shukriya ji. And I said, Dhanyavad. And I walked out of the room. Oh, before that, I gave him an Uttariya,
Yeah.
which had one of my songs printed on it. And then I walked out. When I walked out, I couldn't help it anymore. I opened the door. Then I said, no, this is too much. I opened the door again and I looked at him and I said, bye, Dada. I just couldn't help it. And it was so wonderful, yeah, because he smiled back at me. You know, everybody, yeah, is a human being after all.
Right.
And
Right.
everybody wants to be treated with love, and affection. Protocol is one thing, but when you say something from me, I just couldn't bear it anymore. You know, the formality was too much for me. And so at the door, when I said, bye, Dada, you know, I couldn't resist it. Oh, it was such a fantastic meeting, and I do hope that something comes out of it. You and I have been, yes, trying to do something. Yeah. But let's see. Yeah. Do we have any questions from the audience? Should I look up? Is there anything? Okay. So, okay, it's okay. We'll ignore that for now. I have one last question for you, Usha. Is that not last question, maybe a couple of questions? Is that when you are upset, like for example, Devanand found you and he wanted you to sing for Hare Ram, the Maradam, yeah, the Maradam song, and it went to somebody else, or way back when in your choir, people say, oh, you can't be in the choir because you don't sing like, all these sorts of things that happen, right? They don't go the way you want. When you're upset about something, what gets you up? Is there something your papa said, something you read, a song you write? What is it that you do to actually get out of it? Get out of it. You know, I'm 100% optimist, okay? And right from the beginning, I've been, what should I say, a people person, completely people's person. And when something goes wrong, now, of course, in retrospect, I can say, uh, for all the problems that we all have, I spoke about my home, and, my son, unfortunately, is going through dialysis. And every day, yeah, his name is Sunny. It's a lovely boy. And, well, he's 50 now. So, but the spirit is so amazing. But for a mother, it's so terrible to know that, hey, is that all my son has to look forward to? Yeah. His next dialysis. And that brings tears to my eyes. You feel miserable about it. But before I get into his room every day, I never let on. Of course, he knows, I'm sure. But I never let on. And I say, hi, Sana. Hi, Raja. Oh, I make it, you have to get over it, because I always say, ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी हैं ये मुश्किलों से कह दो मेरा खुदा बड़ा है. And if you believe in the fact that there are other people who are going through worse problems, yeah, yeah, worse than what you, and everybody's got their own battle to fight, it'll bring a smile onto your face, a smile of gratitude, really, to say thank God. It could have been worse. There are so many things that happen. We say, thank God, saste mein pat gaye. Like the last explosion that we had over here. Could have been so much scary, so much worse. But if you try to look at the brighter side of things, so physically, what do I do? Yeah. I go to the washroom and cry. I advocate crying to every human, whether you're man or woman, it doesn't matter. If you need to cry, just cry. Yeah. And I do that all the time. And it really is cathartic. It really helps you. I also write, and it was funny that you, yeah, said, right, yeah, asked me. I write. I either write a prayer like Om Tyambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Purvarukamiva Vandana. I mean, I do it every day. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanat Mrityur Yamamritat Om Triambakam. And it's a miracle. You can say it twice sometimes and you're over. Sometimes it may take longer and you're over your bad mood. But when I write it down, it's even better. Try it. You could do your favorite, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Whatever is your favorite mantra, could be just a song like Jitni tum pyar se ji loge utni hi zindagi. Rabba ho, yeah. You know, what's it? Yeah. Life's too short, really. Yeah. And I never ever thought that I'd get over my husband's passing. Yeah. Never. And people who say that time is the greatest healer, it's the biggest lie. Because time cannot heal. Time will give you the strength. And it's given me the strength to carry on. Yeah. Because, as my daughter said, Amma, there are so many things you used to do without Appa, like going for your shows. Just keep doing that. It's okay. It's okay. Time has to, you have to carry on. And no matter what happens, you just carry on. So if my songs are given away to somebody else, who cares? I mean, yeah. It's my song anyway. So I sing the marudam mit jayegam. Every time I sing it, it has a new meaning. Bolu subha Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Yeah. So yeah. Who cares? We care, but we have to get over it because there's nobody else who can help us except ourselves. And there's one thing which I did after Bindya Chamkeki, in Bindya Chamkeki. I always say, whatever you want, ask for it. Yeah. Communicate it. Because if you don't communicate it, it's never going to happen. So when they say, if I say I love you, it's because I love you. I'm not your slave. But say it to the person instead of getting angry. मैंने तुझसे मोहब्बत की है गुलामी नहीं की बलमा दिल किसी का टूटे चाहे कोई मुझसे रूठे I'm gonna dance all night, babe. I'm gonna sing all night. Yeah. Say it. And when they say, मेरे आंगन बारात लेकर साजन तू जिस रात आएगा मैं ना बैठूंगी डोली में कह दूंगी बाबुल से I want a Mercedes Benz, boy. I want a BMW or at least a Ferrari or at least an Innova. But say it. No. Yeah. How would the other person know what you want actually? It's much better to say, like, I'm allergic to a mushroom. So I said, please don't put mushrooms in my soup or whatever. If you don't say it, if you don't show, if you don't communicate your problems or what you believe in, nothing's going to work. So, one more time, let's hold hands with man and walk together. Ekjut hoke, because nothing's going to happen just by you shouting and slow the nearing and lighting candles and saying this will go away. It won't. We have to work together.
You've performed all over the world and in 17 plus languages and all that stuff. What else do you have on your list? What else would you love to do? Who would you be? Have you ever thought of a collab with a rap artist? Or what are some things you would like to do?
Oh, I would have loved to meet up with Harry Belafonte. And I remember talking about this to you. And it's so sad that he passed away before that dream could be fulfilled. But I would love to, collaborate with anybody who wants to collaborate with me. Because I think it's beautiful when it's mutual. Yeah. It's not just forced, like, oh, she's collaborating with so and so. It should just come the way it comes for me naturally on stage with my audiences and my musicians. That's the biggest collaboration. And I'm doing that collab all the time. But if you say, who would I like to collaborate with? At the moment, as I said, anybody who wants to collaborate with me, they may be, and I don't believe in a junior artist and senior artist.
But is there somebody you really like? Like you look at their work and say, "Oh, I really love their work."
Oh, so many people.
Uh-huh.
I've just done something with Shreya and Sunidhi have done for Salim Suleiman. It's called Chela. And it's such a beautiful song. I wrote English lyrics for that. And I said, Chela, he's your Chela. He's a lucky Chela. I wrote beautiful and I sent it to Salim. And he loved it too. So I'm waiting to make a video on that.
Yeah.
I wrote it all in English. And I'd love to collaborate with him.
Yeah.
I'd love to collaborate one more time with Shankar Mahadevan. Yeah. Hariharan is, of course, on another planet. He's so brilliant, isn't he? Just so. We have such amazing singers
Yeah.
in India.
How about like out after Harry
International.
Potter? After Harry
Stevie Wonder.
okay.
Oh, I would love to. I'd love to do that. Or maybe with Adele.
Yeah.
Adele and I would make a beautiful Jodi, I think, because not because we're so different, but because we're so similar.
Yeah.
I think it would be really marvelous. And I really want to collaborate with the rest of the world. I do.
Yeah.
Because I feel sad that whenever there is a cause like, sing for Vietnam or sing for Africa, they just pass over India and go to Malaysia and everywhere else. Why can't, or if they're using India, then it's got to be tabla or bhangra. Why not a middle of the road artist like myself?
Yeah.
I just want that sari to be there. Not necessarily mine. It could be anybody else in a sari. What I mean is India to be seen by the rest of the world, doing what the rest of the world can do, and sometimes we do it better.
Yeah.
So I think that is what I really want to do. So maybe with you and with all the people who are watching today, I hope something like that comes up,
Yeah.
where I can sing a part of the world conference.
Yeah.
I have done Davos and I've done, but it's always been as a solo artist. But I want to do something together where we can get like what happened during COVID. The whole world got together, yeah. That one little virus didn't seem to need a visa or a passport, just got into the whole world, just like that.
Yeah.
But it brought us all together. Ekjut hue hum, and we were able to solve it, yeah.
So is there one song you want to wrap this all up with today? The latest favorite or forever favorite or something that says about our friendship or anything you want to.
Oh, but our friendship, then we can sing Ye Dosti. We must actually sing. This is the 50th year of Sholay as well.
Oh my
Just
goodness,
by
that's right. I feel really
just like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it just came about because you said friendship. And there's only one song I think which talks so strongly about friendship is Teri jeet, meri jeet, Teri har, meri har, sunne mere yaar, खाना पीना साथ है मरना जीना साथ है सारी जिंदगी ये दोस्ती. So you sing it along with us,
Yeah.
and you know that this is a great friendship song.
Okay.
Great friendship song.
Sorry, there are some questions that.
And in no, and in English, I would like to say,
Yeah.
that's what friends are for. Keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me for sure. That's what friends are for.
Yes.
And that's what we're all there for.
Yes, yeah. So there are some questions. So I just want to ask.
Ask. You gave yourself away now.
I'm sorry.
Ask.
Ask, yes, ask, yes. So Priyanka says, how do you get rid of memories, past negative experience, trauma? Example, someone bashed or degraded badly, went personal and said something piercing. Like online now, people bash you, all kinds of stuff, right? So she's saying, how do you get rid of past negative?
No, actually, no. I've been lucky, Priyanka. I've been lucky because if you're talking just about me, nobody's really said anything bad about me or hurtful about me. But if they were to say something hurtful, it would really be bad for me. And I'd really cry. I wouldn't know how to handle this new age Instagram and WhatsApp. What's the other one? Facebook. I really don't know how some of the things that are said are so hurtful. But there is one way that I can think of. Before you get angry and hurt, just count five. If it's really bad, count 10. And if it's worse than that, put it off. Don't
Yeah.
even look at it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Because we all, people who really care for you, will care for you despite what's being written.
Yeah. So, Deepika says, what prompted you to reinvent yourself and make a major career pivot, and how did you overcome self-doubt along the way?
I had no doubt about myself, really.
Yeah.
I had no doubt because uh, I knew that this is my limitation. This is the kind of song I can sing, and I don't venture into anything else that I'm not that I know that I can't do. So, as I said, my limitations I made my strengths, and that's what kept me going. But how do I become relevant? By saying, "Yo, bro."
Yeah.
No, I mean that's too simple for you, isn't it? But the fact is, I take up new songs, like people have heard me sing Flowers, they've heard me sing Skyfall, they've heard me sing, oh, my daughter and my grandson, they think they know about Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
But we heard Pink Floyd and Santana and Eric Clapton way back when. And they're all, by the way, they're all my contemporaries,
Yes.
the same age almost. So, yeah, some of them much senior to myself. But music has no age, really.
Yeah.
It has absolutely no age. I've just started living now, Deepika.
Uh-huh. So Kavita is asking, how did you balance your work and home together? Do you think every woman who want to excel their career should get rid of the kitchen work? I felt that the place which takes most women time, the Indian mindset are designed in a way that it's always women's responsibility to put food on the table.
Yes.
Because I think she was also referring to, you said at some point, Johnny would say, put food on the table. Was
Yes.
it always on you, or
Yes.
how did you?
Of course, it was always on me, but I enjoyed it actually. I love it. If you are able to accept that, like there are so many things that, first of all, only we can have babies, okay? Men can't do that. Now, are they going to cry about that? Nothing's going to change it. It's going to be that all the way through, that we're the ones who bear the children. My husband always used to say, "We made a pact. You carry the children. I'll pay the bill."
But you paid the bill as well.
Yes, I mean, I paid the bill more often than he did. But no, I tell you, it's a preconceived idea that only women should, get into the kitchen. That's not true. But I mean, that's not on. But that's in today's life, that's the way it is. Yeah. But I'm very happy to get into the kitchen and make something nice. I don't know how to innovate, and I'm a complete vegetarian. So whatever I've 18 recipes, non-vegetarian recipes, which my aunt from my husband's side, they're Christian, and so I had to make fish curry and chicken stew and everything. I'm very good at it. So I think if you make up your mind that this is how you want your home run, if you make up your mind, then just enjoy it.
And also, you didn't give up on your career.
No,
know.
this what? So this is a question which many people have asked me. How do you balance your career and your professional life? I mean, your career and your personal life. And so many years ago, when somebody asked me, I told a lie. एक झूठ कहा मैंने. And I thought it was so smart when she asked me, how do you keep your personal life and your professional life? And I told her, actually, I don't allow one to enter the other. And I said, I keep them in two watertight compartments. I thought that was so smart. It was such a lie because after the interview, I went back home and we had a massive fight about something or the other. So, if you learn how to keep it in two watertight compartments, don't allow one to interfere with the other. And I learned that very early in my life when I thought I'd be like my mother. And the first day of my marriage, I took a tray when my husband came home. I had the tray with the tray cloth and a cup of tea and two biscuits. And I gave it to him and I said, "Hi, Jana, here's your tea." And I said, "How was your day?" He said, "I'm not that kind of man." I said, "What?" He said, "I don't take my home to work and I don't take my work to my home." And
But what was work about it? He just came and then you gave him tea.
and I asked him, "How was your day?"
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
asked him, "So how was your day today?"
Yeah,
Thinking that, we share, that's all rubbish, no?
yeah,
These are all ideas you've grown up with, but you've got
yeah,
to change. Don't expect other people to change.
yeah,
And I'm a complete Gandhian as well. I do believe that you have to be the change you want to see in others. Yeah.
yeah,
You be the change.
yeah,
And so I've really managed because I kept both my personal life and my professional life completely watertight. I told you my husband held the remote, and I was the one who never imposed on anybody the music that was there in my heart, and never, except when I was doing the show. Like you wouldn't come into my home and hear, Hazar ghazals and bhajans and pop songs and jazz and nothing like that. Which is BBC. Okay, we all.
yeah. So let me see if there's a last question. Swati says maybe this is a good last one. Koi Yahan Nache Nache is one of your personal favorites. What memory from the studio makes that song special for you?
Oh, what it was really funny doing this. Bapida gave me so many hit songs, Papi Laidi.
Yeah.
I don't have any gold because I gave all the gold to him. No, that's a joke. Okay. But Koi Yahan Aha Nache Nache was a great song, and it is still a great song. You'll find it playing all over the place. I think the best memory I have of Koi Yahan Aha Nache Nache is when I did any duet with Papida, people always thought his voice was mine and my voice was his. Which means when I sang, "Tu mujhe jaan se bhi pyara hai," and he would say, "Tere bin suna," he sounded like the lady and I sounded like the man. So we never did duets after that. And in Koi Aha Aha Nache Nache, his musicians told him, "Dada, you just sing the first line, that's enough." So he did that. "Koi Aha Aha Nache Nache." Then I did "Aua Aua, Tumse hai tumse pyar, Aua Aua, Mano na mere yaar." Yeah. I did the rest of it, and only the fun, the lower bits that he attempted, and he did it. It was great working with him, with Bapida. There were so many music directors we haven't touched upon, but hey, it's been wonderful.
Great. Thank you so much for your time and to all of you for tuning in and having a great time. There's never enough time
Yes,
to talk
we
to
should do two
Kushal.
episodes or something like
Yeah, I know. We need like keep going. We're like a part two or something. So thank you so much. So much. I mean, there is a whole episode we need to do just Usha as a stand-up comic. I mean, I think that's
Yes, people don't know about the fact that if I didn't get a job as a singer, I'd definitely get a job as
This
a
is stand-up.
stand-up.
I mean, I think actually that's we should do one a show actually, which is just you as a stand-up.
Absolutely. We'll do that the next
Yes.
time.
Maybe
Bye,
that's
dada, like that.
that's the next because the first time we met Usha, we all were sitting, and after a while we had to beg her not to talk anymore because we are laughing so much that my jaws were hurting, my stomach was hurting, and I just had to say, please, just don't say anything. And she would say, "What the?" And then like everybody would start laughing. So there's going to be a show coming where we will present Usha as a stand-up comic.
Yes.
But until then, bye bye.
Bye
And
bye. Thank you so much. Lots of love to all of you, and a big thanks to the camera people because I believe in the fact that technicians are important. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
If you don't have good technicians, you can't do nothing in your life. Yeah.
Yes.
And funnily enough,
Yeah.
they happen to be men.
Yeah. Behind the scenes. Great. Thanks a lot.